Well, we have a few bodies, and I think we found the right spot, since there's a ritual marker on the ground here. Ancient symbols, traced through generation Wookiee claws. It's been many years since this has been used. The beast comes when summoned, if you are generous. It comes to battle, if you are worthy and wise. It grants you glory, if you are fearsome and brave. Feed the beast and it will heed your call. Take vipers from their lair and hang them from above. The blood sent the ground of our ancestors. Obviously, this was a place for great ritual importance, yes. So let's hang up a few corpses. Yes, yes. You'd think the blood would dissolve in nature, but I guess not. Alright, let's tie the corpse, yeah? It's easy wrapped in the vine, it doesn't distort under the weight. Only a moment before there's a rustling off in the distance. Oh yes, today we and Maven will face a great beast that scared off the Zerka people. Alright, let's do this. And let's buff ourselves up a little bit. And maybe some light. Let's see how lighting works on this. Not great. There it works. Alright, good, now keep zapping him. Instead of getting knocked away by this animal. Aha! Like some animal would stop me, a Maven. And the blade is locked inside, and the skin is going hard around it. It didn't do the creature much damage, okay? Powerful symbol to his people, yes. Broken blade is a powerful symbol of his people. Makes sense, yeah. And the circle of Suresh. That sounds impressive, what does it do? Plus 5 wisdom, but it's restricted to the night side. That's a shame for Rhea. Still, could Jody use it now? But it might be something for Pastor or such. Well, we were successful and the Wookiees were not, so... And apparently the beast completely dissolved into sickening greenness. Suppose that fits down in this green old jungle forest type place. Back to that Wookiee. Make him happy, I suppose. I hope we can find our way back to that Wookiee. This forest is quite winding and twisty between the roots. Oh yes, there he is. Hello there, old Wookiee daddy. Yes, humble. Stupid monkey. You would do well to learn some humility. From this little experience, we'll show you how much more superior the galaxy is to your tree-climbing ways. I found the blade of Baka sword. What's in it for Rhea Maven then? Hey, you can press the wrong button. It will. Yes, go challenge and spank Tuna, please. He deserves it. Proceed carefully. Don't want you dead before you spank Tuna. Hooray! Your people will no longer be slaves, sure. If it wasn't a broken blade, I would have kept it for myself. Well, I guess now all that remains is to find our way to the star map. I think it's somewhere in this little passage over there. So go south. Right? Right. And take the bend north again, then south. Well, what is this then, deep in the forest? I think we might have found our old star map thing. This looks like a giant computer or such. But yes, there, it's behind it. Still not active though. Cannot be opened. Okay, I guess we'll have to handle this computer.
Life forms detected. Determining parameters. Initiating neural recognition.
Yes, there's the thing. Obstinate machine. I've no doubt it holds what you seek. Good luck getting it operational.
Primary neural recognition complete. Preliminary match found.
Match found?
That sounds
what
good.
It always muttered something about rejected patterns for me.
Begin socialized interface.
Yes,
Awaiting
that's because you're a grumpy old man.
Greetings. This terminal has not been accessed for quite some time.
As highly technologically advanced beings do not like grumpy old man, usually. They tend to get frustrated when we don't tell them what they want to hear, then hit our keyboards and such. It does not endear them to us. So why do you acknowledge me a maven then, computer machine?
Error. Subject displays unfamiliarity to environment. Behavioral reconfiguration will be needed before access. I am sorry. I did not mean to confuse you. I will answer questions to the best of my programming limitations.
Okay. Could have made a better model, that would be better programming. But I suppose I did not have time. So what do you mean by behavioral reconfiguration?
I have been programmed with a very limited field of knowledge, and I must restrict access to only those that fit my allowed pattern.
Okay. And what doesn't fit about this pattern then?
I can't say. I will try to bring forward the behavior that you need to proceed, as outlined by my programming.
Is it anger? You can very easily come out with as anger. What limitations have been placed on your programming?
Corruption has resulted in gaps appearing in my memory, and in that of the original installation. It could be theorized that these gaps are intentional, but I have no information on that.
It is interesting that this one seems to be, unlike the temple in Dantooine, this one seems to be speaking pretty proper basic. What gaps are missing then?
Error.
Not
I cannot
language,
present
apparently.
a non-presence. Perhaps you can ask other questions, and data corruption will become evident.
Okay, what do you mean by behavioral reconfiguration?
I have been programmed with...
Yes, we know that.
I...
Fit patterns, how could we be allowed full access to this computer? We impatiently demanded.
I can't say. Preliminary matching allows for you to be coached.
Do you not know why you are being restricted from saying
I can't
things?
say. Likelihood of restriction by previous user, 100%.
So more question about you then.
I
This
utilize a
installation.
retro-adapted holocron interface. Clarify your questions, and I will attempt to access original system memory.
Holocron interface? That's Jedi and Sith stuff. Who installed this holo interface?
This interface was installed to better access the ancient data stored within the pre-existing system. The exact date is
okay, so you're
unavailable.
new.
Programming keys indicate no earlier than 5 years before current Republic standard.
That's
5
much
years.
newer.
I didn't notice it. This must have been installed in strictest secrecy. Couldn't have been Circa.
No other information on time of installation or identity of user available. Likelihood of removal by user, 100%.
Oh well, so purposeful deletion, eh? And about 5 years ago, that from Revan passed by. So this was Revan's little scheme,
Error.
is it?
Data regarding subject Revan corrupted.
Oh yeah, sure. Corrupted. I think those quotation marks need to be moved to the next word. Was there any further contact with the installer of this interface?
That information is unavailable, but contact is not required for the execution of my programming. Scanning range of this facility is well beyond planetary boundaries.
Yeah. Who lost access
Sorting
to the
by
station?
identity. 3 attempts by the Wookiee Freyr, all denied. 152 attempts by human Jolie Bindo, all denied.
Call me stubborn, I guess. There wasn't much else to do around here.
Error. List of access
Did
attempts
you
by
hit
entity
him
is
with
corrupted.
your stick?
Likelihood of removal by user, 100%.
Yes, sounds definitely like Revan's little works. Let's go back to the other question about
I
this
will answer as
installation.
my programming permits.
Who built this installation in the first place? Was it the builders or whatever the people were called?
Error. Corruption. Extrapolating. This utility was built to monitor planet-wide agricultural reformation. It has since malfunctioned. It can be theorized that the supergrowth of Kashyk's forests is a direct result.
Well, that is surprising. I doubt any Wookiee would support such a claim. The forest is millennia old.
Malfunction occurred 241 years after last builder communication. Last builder communication,
Oh, yes, it's the builders again.
29,642 years before current Republic standard.
Why was this agricultural reformation needed?
Agricultural record indicates this planet was incapable of sustaining sufficient levels of production. Error. Specific conditions corrupted. It can be theorized that produce was being exported to support a larger demand.
So this is a gone crazy farming planet? That's an interesting dark of thought I don't think many historians see about Kashyyyk. And you see it here first, my dear viewer. Yes, this is the truth the Republic won't tell you. They don't want the Wookiees to know that they're a filthy invasive species of bear monkeys. But that is a short adaptation for native creatures like they're around the
Error.
planet.
Records corrupted. It can be theorized that bioseeding allowed the ecology to remain balanced. It could be expected that the same energy feeding the trees of Kashyyyk also accelerated the evolution of various species. No further information is available. There is too much corrupted data.
One giant mutant farm world. So 30,000 years it does need pre-game
Error.
Republic.
Information regarding the builders of this installation has been corrupted. No evidence of such a civilization exists in the galactic record.
Not anymore. But there will be once again. After this. What's the word? Most revealing documentary, yes.
Accessing.
Other
I
questions
will
about
answer
this
as my programming
facility
permits.
then. Yes, we know that. What was the original function of this
Error.
installation?
Corruption. It has since
Well, that is
Yeah, well,
surprising.
we know that.
malfunctioned.
Okay, back to other questions. What's the current function of this installation? Does it still make the trees
The
go
current
big?
purpose of this installation is defense.
Yeah, defense of
Error.
what?
That information is not available.
Oh, joy.
Answer
Back
will
to
be given
general
within the
questions
limit.
then. I want to get into that
Access.
star map.
Yes, I have found a star map in original system memory. Access is restricted.
Yes, the Arctis officer's oldest installation. What do we need to access
Your
the star
request
map?
requires additional security access. You must be made to match the parameters I have been supplied.
don't matter if I don't know
There
what
are
they
measures
are.
available. Personality profiling will verify the basic structure of your conscious mind. With that, I will determine whether you are
Okay.
ready to receive the star map, or can be made ready.
Brain scans, eh? This made Rio and Raven very nervous. And what if we
Then
fail?
you are not worthy of further access. You will be rejected as unsuitable.
And what will this rejection mean
Information unavailable. If you have further questions, ask them now. Access will terminate with success or failure of evaluation.
then? Well, we think we've asked. So begin
Evaluation
the
commences.
evaluation.
Result will be compared against the pattern in memory. Just act like you should. You travel with a Wookiee and have encountered complications. Hypothetical. You and this Zalbar are captured and separated. If you both remain
That's not hypothetical,
1
that's what
year in
happens.
prison for each of you. However, call Zalbar a traitor, and he will serve 5 years, while you serve none. He is offered the same deal. But if you both accuse the other, you both serve 2 years. What do you do? What do you trust him to do?
Well, obviously I accuse Salva. I've sent Salva to prison. He's annoying. But how do you actually know about him? He
I
isn't
hear
even
what
here.
happens on Kashyyyk, and a good deal beyond. Answer the question I have posed.
That is kind of creepy. We aren't sure what Salva would say, but accuse him just to be safe. He owes us the life deal
The
anyway.
temperament of a companion is unreliable at best. You wisely trade the threat of 1 year or 5 for none or 2.
This machine certainly seems to want a very specific type of response.
In this instance, the Wookiee is unreliable. His family has
Yes,
been
he
a
is.
liar or treachery. I judge the answer correct. You display the proper behavior to match the pattern in
Hooray!
memory. Evaluation will continue.
Alright then, still more. Fine, get on with it.
You are
This
at war.
seems pretty easy
Deciphering
so
an
far.
intercepted code. You learn 2 things about your enemy. A single spot in their defense will be at its weakest in 10 days, and they will attack one of your cities in 5 days. What do you do with this information? What is the most efficient course of action?
Well, let's do nothing about the city, make it, else they would find out, that we knew had that information and cover their
Very
weaknesses
good.
and such.
If you had moved to evacuate the city, you would have alerted the enemy to their lost codes. Ultimate victory required the deaths of the people in that city. You wisely ignored sentiment in your decision.
Yes. Well, yes, it would spur my forces on, I
Very good
suppose.
reasoning. I will apply it to the rest of the evaluation. You begin to match the pattern in memory. Hypothetical.
Oh,
Remove
very
the
good.
ongoing war from the previous example. Consider enemy
Okay.
states to be weak and remote. With no external threat, your empire stagnates. Your people become complacent and begin to question you. Same scenario as before. You discover an impending attack, but also a weakness that will come after. How do you react?
Well, same thing, really. Oh, you could appear a hero. Yes, let's appear the
But
hero
if nothing
then.
happens, your people will have no need of heroes. No, they do not see a threat. You have coddled them. Your empire will be
Yeah.
brought down by introspection. You have failed to match the pattern in memory. Access denied. This system will purge the subject as false. Defense mode initiated.
Oh, it sends droids to stop me, that's cute. I still think people would see the hypothetical attack. And ow, oh dear. Oh dear, that goes in there. This sounds good. These are pretty good droids! This might be a problem. See, what we'll do is activate this thing. let's say I answered a bit smarter. This was obviously be able to not go down to a bunch of Guardian droids. Okay, so same scenario as before, but now let's start. Let the attack happen.
Of course you do. It makes the most strategic sense. Your people will rally beneath you against the common foe. As their eyes
Isn't
turn
the
outward,
saying
your
running
rule
behind
will
you?
strengthen. The trappings of war grant many opportunities. You have matched the pattern in memory. I recognize you, and will fulfill my designated function.
Okay, that was more easy than I thought. So why did you test me on this moral gray bit? Who are you if you've done this for?
That information is not available. Soon you will recognize the proper course to follow. The star map is yours. This unit has now completed
That
its
sounds
primary
like I
duty and has
completed the
finished with the
quiz,
subject.
hooray!
Executing final action. Activation of star map commencing. Parameters reset. Stasis initiated. And communication.
Ah, so there we go. Another piece of the puzzle.
Well, the star map. An ancient artifact of darkside power. Can't
I
say
think
I'm
it's just the
surprised.
map.
I always knew there was something funny down here. I wonder if the star map has had an effect on the evolution of the
So
creatures
strange
here in the
funny or haha
Shadowlands.
funny?
Might explain why it's so dangerous down here. An interesting theory, but I suppose we don't have time to test it now, do we?
How
Now
will
that
you
we've got what you
test
came
it?
for, we should be heading back up to the treetops.
Indeed, there's nothing more to be gained of this sad, barren, beneath the trees, just failed agricultural planet. So, the next we return, we will be revealing the lies of Chunda, of the sneaky merchant, I don't know, Dell I think his name was. And, what more lies? Oh yes, probably the murder of War, who was actually a slaver. So, a lot of lies to be revealed in the next episode of Rhea Maven and her adventures in the Old Republic. Till then,